Hi everyone, this is Grace. Hope you've been well. I wanted to come on here earlier rather than later to share with you the challenge for my grandmother turning 100. So 2 years ago, I did a birthday card challenge for my grandmother, who was at the time turning 99. And some of you may be wondering, Grace's math is off. Well, I was using the Korean way of counting birthdays then. So some Asian countries, you are one when you're born, and then everyone in the nation gets 1 year older when the new year begins. It's kind of a little bit complicated, but basically, suffice it to say that the way we count our age in the United States, in Korea, people are one, and sometimes, depending on when your birthday is, 2 years older. Um, so when I did the challenge 2 years ago, grandmother was turning 99 according to the Korean birthday. So I was thinking about doing it last year, and then I think some stuff happened, and then I found out that my family had decided to celebrate her birthday the way we do it in the US. So they're actually celebrating her birthday this year. So she will be 100 years old, born in 1919. So it's a pretty big deal. Unfortunately, due to my health circumstances, I won't be able to travel to Korea. The long trip is just too hard on my body. And for those of you who are grandmothers, you know the first grandchild holds a very special place in your heart. And I am that first grandchild. And so, it's certainly with a heavy heart that I am not able to go to Korea when my parents go. Luckily, my youngest sister is going to be going on behalf of the siblings. And so she's going to take my niece and nephew, brother-in-law's going. And so at least there will be some representation from me. So anyway, since I can't go though, I wanted to do something special for her. And I thought, what could I do that's special, that makes her feel loved, that makes her feel thought of and special, especially as she hits that very amazing age of 100 years old. And I thought, you know what, let's see if my YouTube friends could send her birthday cards from wherever you're at. So I know that some of you make beautiful cards. If you have time, certainly please make, a card for my grandmother. If you don't have time, then a store-bought card will do just as well. But I just wanted her to know that she was loved and thought of. And, when you write your name, please make sure, you know, below your name, you write down where you're from. So, for instance, if I were writing the birthday card, I would write, love, Grace, Kang, and then I would write from Arcadia, California. That way she knows where these cards are coming from, how far reaching or far, the cards are. Does that make sense? Anyway, so there's that. The caveat is I need these cards in my hands by the 23rd, and since I no longer have my P.O. box open, I think for those of you who want to use the P.O. box, you can, and then they'll forward it to me. But again, the forwarding takes 1 or 2 days extra. So if you are interested in taking part in this challenge and making my grandmother feel very special, email me down in the email address below in the description bar, and then I will give you my home mailing address. So, if you can imagine, grandmother was born 1919. She's gone through a lot, a lot of good times, a lot of bad times. And she and my grandfather lived through the Japanese colonization of Korea, went through some very difficult times there. And then she saw the, birth and death of two of her oldest sons, and then my dad was the third, and then the death of her fourth and fifth son. And then luckily my aunt and uncle, who were children numbers 6 and 7, survived. And so of 7 children, only dad and his 2 younger siblings survived. And can you imagine how devastating that must have been, right? And then she was widowed at a young age of 41 or 42. Raised my dad and aunt and uncle in the faith, and she really is the matriarch of faith in our family. Just so much I could tell you about my grandmother. She survived the Korean War, raised her family single-handedly through just prayer and just sheer determination and will. God has been very good to her. And yeah, she goes and reads the Bible in its entirety, like 3 or 4 times a year, even to this day. Can you imagine? Such a woman of faith, and just, she's amazing. She grew up in a time when some families did not teach their girls how to read and write, because back in those days, girls only needed to know how to keep house. And, my grandmother taught herself Korean, and that's how she's able to read and write. And it's just, she's always viewed education as a very important thing. So I could go on and on and on about what my grandmother's like and what she's been through and things like that. But I think some of you get an idea anyway, right? So anyway, I wanted to do something special for her, and I wanted to make it certainly a fun challenge for you all as well. So I prepared 3 prizes. So I put together a Tim Holtz set. All right, sorry about that. So prepared a Tim Holtz set. So I thought that these would be really nice. These were actually items that I was planning on destashing and just haven't gotten around to, and I thought someone would really like these. Again, they haven't been used. And then you guys know I love my embossing folder, and I just really liked this. The brick and then the wood grain. I would probably use it, but I figure with all of the crafting supplies I have, I can certainly do without. And then this one I thought was so adorable. It is the collection, the little crazy dogs. What are you called? What are these little guys called? Oh, Dog Talk. They're called Dog Talk. Anyway, so you get 3 dogs, and then you get their corresponding dies, which I thought is cute. And then you also get a embossing folder. So there's that. So what I'll do is I'll collect the cards, and then at the end, the cards, I need them in my hands by September 23rd, which doesn't give people a lot of time. Certainly. So that's why, if you don't have time, just a really simple store-bought card, even from the Dollar Tree, would suffice. Yeah, but there's that. And then I thought I would throw in a CC Designs. So here is the circus one, the stamp, and the die set. Haven't been used. And then wanted to give someone Cupcake Brigitte. And then this one, Nora on a Swing. So there's that. So that's the CC Design set. And this one is the Jelly Bean Soup one, which I thought would be really cute. So you have this one. You have the donuts. For those of you who are donut and coffee fans, I love how you can do different sprinkles and then the little steam. And this one, the little owl and bird, and then a birthday set. So that will be the Jelly Bean set. So the way it'll work is I'll just collect the birthday cards and then just list everyone who sent a birthday card. And then at the end, around September 23rd or 24th, depending on my schedule, I will go to random.org and then select a number, and then the first person selected can choose from these 3. Second person then chooses from the remaining 2, and then the person will then receive the remaining 1. So hopefully, when I did my Stamp It Up workshop, it was really cool because all 4 women were able to get their first choice. That was really, really cool. So anyway, these are the prizes. I want to really thank you, those of you who are going to participate in the birthday card challenge. Thank you in advance for making my grandmother very happy and feel very loved. And I know it's a pale substitute for a visit, definitely in person from me, but I figure it's something that will hopefully make up for my absence there. And if you can you guys leave the envelope unsealed? So whether to like seal it lightly so that I can just lift it and then put like a reseal it later, or if you want, just put it in another envelope so that I can show everyone the card, and that way you know that I've received it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So if it comes sealed, I may not be able to show the card, if that makes sense. So, but yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. I think I have explained. It's a little early this morning, so I may not have remembered everything, but if you have any questions, certainly email me down at the email address below. And that is it, I believe. I hope everyone you have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. My grandmother's turning 100, so what a blessing of longevity. And, she's just an amazing woman. She can't walk very well now because she hasn't been able to walk very well since she was 80. We thought about doing a knee replacement for her, but at that time she was 80, and my dad was like, let's not put her through that. Little did we know she was going to live an additional 20 years, right? So just an amazing woman. I think that's where everyone in my family on my dad's side gets their faith. So anyway, just wanted to share this birthday challenge with you guys. Hopefully, I will be able to send a small box, to my grandmother to wish her happy 100th. I will be crafting something, and I will come back on here and share with you what I craft for Grandma. But until then, I think that's it. For those of you who are in the crafty mood and you're thinking, I want to make more cards, keep in mind, sometime in either this upcoming week or the next week, I will be announcing the beginning of my youth card fundraiser, the annual Christmas one. So if you guys want to get a jump start on that, you can totally do that too. By around Thanksgiving is when I set the deadline to collect Christmas cards and birthday cards and thank you cards and all of those things. So anyway, that's it. So just for this video though, keep in mind deadline for grandmother's 100th birthday is September 23rd. Oh, and for those of you who want to write in Korean, may I suggest Google Translate or one of the translating devices on the internet? Otherwise, down in the description bar below, I will write out happy birthday in Korean that you guys can use. So, and you can just address it to Grandma Kang, or to, you can just, to Grandma Kang would probably be good. Kang. Anyway, thanks everyone. Hope you're doing well. Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend, and I will see you later. God bless. Like, subscribe. Bye.